Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Legendary Steffi Graf's one ridiculous record still amuses Coco Gauff and Serena Williams' ex-coaches. Steffi Graf's legacy in tennis is one of unparalleled dominance and a lasting impact on the game. If we take a look back at her incredible 17-year-long journey in the racket sport, she became the youngest ever player to appear the main draw of a major at the 1983 French Open, aged 13. She was one of the key figures who later ended the dominance of other tennis legends like Chris Evert and Martina Navratilova. Talking about her legacy in the sport, Billie Jean King had even hailed her as one of the greatest women's tennis players of all time. And even after all these years, her legacy is still celebrated in the tennis world. Recently, Coco Gauff and Williams' ex-coaches highlighted yet another extraordinary feat. What's it though? But wait, we still need to discuss a few things. Graf ended her career in 1999 with a staggering 107 singles titles, including 22 major triumphs. In fact, she is the only tennis player, male or female, to have won each major singles tournament at least 4 times. Talking about Graf, even Serena Williams once claimed she was hands down one of the greatest players. That's huge, right? Talking about Steffi Graf's unmatched legacy in the sport, Rennae Stubbs recently highlighted a stat which claimed, since 1988 Steffi Graf is the only WTA or ATP singles player to win more titles than have losses on multiple surfaces, doing so on clay and carpet. She was also 37-39 on hard courts and 5 matches away from doing so on grass. Quite staggering, isn't it? Seeing this stat, Stubbs shared it on her X handle with the caption, "Can we talk about how ridiculous this stat is?" Even Coco Gauff's ex-coach, Brad Gilbert, chimed in, commenting, "Was insane 305-12 between 87-90, let that sink in. 5 losses was most in a season in that 4-year run." However, despite having so much success in her astonishing career, Graf had to call an end to her career in the same year in which she won the French Open, 1999. It was her 6th clay court major title. Did she have any regrets about her illustrious career? Well, in one of her previous episodes in her podcast, Serena Williams' ex-coach, Rennae Stubbs, revealed, and one of the stories that I always tell about Steffi Graf is that Steffi told me in retirement she wished she had, that the only thing she regrets about her career is not enjoying the wins more. And I said, yeah, but you probably wouldn't have been as great as you were. I mean, she won 22 Grand Slams by the age of 29. Rennae Stubbs and Steffi Graf had a long-standing friendship, and sometimes they even played doubles together. What was the reason for her early retirement? Well, speaking about it in November 2024, Stubbs drew an interesting comparison. Her, Graf, body was hurting, her knee was hurting, her foot was hurting, and her back was hurting. She was in love. She just met Ander, and they were dating, but she was different, so she just stopped. She just walked away, but she's very different from these personalities. She didn't love the spotlight, she just loved playing. I think Rafa is more similar to Steffi than Roger, Novak, or Andy. On a light note, Stubbs once opened up about a strange encounter when she was mistaken for being Steffi Graf. Quite similar to Coco Gauff's previous experiences. Talking about her experiences, Gauff once said that she had once been mistaken for the Canadian player Leila Fernandez. Hearing this, Stubbs also recalled one of her hilarious incidents by saying, "A bunch of drunks called me Steffi Graf once, and to be honest, I ran with it." Rennae Stubbs is often seen commenting on Steffi Graf and Andre Agassi's social media posts. Coming back to tennis, Graf won 22 Grand Slam titles while Serena Williams, 23, ended her career winning one more than her. What was her reaction, though, to see the next gen breaking her astonishing records? Serena Williams has faced Steffi Graf only twice in her career. They had an H2H record of 1-1, with their latest meeting coming at the 1999 Indian Wells final, where Williams defeated Graf by 6-3, 3-6, 7-5. Was it the indication to switch over from one generational talent to the other? After the match, Williams said, "It means a lot to me because Steffi is a great champion. She has more titles, from what I hear, than any man or lady playing tennis." But what was her reaction to seeing Williams breaking her Grand Slam record a few years later? Her husband, Andre Agassi, claims, "It has no relevance in her world. The hardest part of Serena chasing down those numbers was respecting the game. Steffi doesn't want people to feel she doesn't care about tennis. She cares, but she's so disconnected. Every time she was asked, she felt obligated to put importance on it for the sake of tennis and an incredible champion in Serena. Interestingly, Steffi Graf had also predicted Coco Gauff's stardom way back in 2019. During one of her interviews, she stated it's going to be incredible to follow her the next few years. She's got such an effortless style and such raw talent. So I don't think she needs anything, any advice, the way I'm thinking. I have not met her, but I did see her play here, and there a little bit at some of the televised matches. So it doesn't seem like she needs a whole lot of advice. Laughs. She also hailed Coco Gauff's incredible athleticism at such a young age. Even Gauff has time, and again showcased her admiration for Graf. For example, she once spoke about how she got a bit tempted to copy Steffi Graf's reaction to a marriage proposal on the court. Then again, this year, when she became only the 5th player in history, besides Steffi Graf, to begin 3 consecutive seasons with at least 9 wins, she said it's pretty crazy to be amongst the same stat line as legends. Both Graf and Williams have now retired. Can we see Coco Gauff carrying forward their legacy in the sport in the upcoming years? In the gilded halls of tennis history, there are records etched in gold, whispered with reverence. Margaret Court's 24 Grand Slam singles titles, Serena's 23 in the Open era, Nadal's 14 French Open crowns, Federer's reign atop Wimbledon. But ask those who've walked the long, grueling road of professional tennis, coaches who've molded champions, players who have risen under blinding lights, and they'll often chuckle, shake their heads, and bring up one record they call ridiculous. That record, Steffi Graf's Golden Slam in 1988, all 4 Grand Slam titles and an Olympic gold medal in the same calendar year. Chapter 1. The summer of 1988, lightning in motion. There are no casual Steffi Graf highlights. No point that feels lazy. The footage from 1988 is almost cartoonishly fast. Her footwork is like a language only she speaks. Her forehand, a flat, blazing missile, cracks through even the fastest courts. Her backhand slice barely lifts off the grass. She plays like a champion on a personal deadline. At 19 years old, she doesn't just win. She dominates. Australian Open. Wins her first slam of the year, beating Chris Evert in the final. French Open. Destroys Natalia Zvereva 6-0, 6-0 in the final in 32 minutes. Yes, you read that right. Wimbledon. Comes back from a set down to beat Martina Navratilova. US Open. Rolls past Gabriela Sabatini to claim her 4th slam of the year. Seoul Olympics. Captures gold without dropping a set in the quarters, semis, or final. It's not just winning. It's winning in every hemisphere, on every surface, against legends and rising stars alike. Chapter 2. Coco Gauff watches in awe. Fast forward nearly 4 decades. Coco Gauff is scrolling through tennis history videos on YouTube during a rain delay at the French Open. She stumbles across a clip labeled, Steffi Graf, the greatest season ever, 1988 Golden Slam. She watches in stunned silence. Later, during a press conference, a journalist asks her what records she finds untouchable. Gauff smiles wide. That Golden Slam. She laughs. That's insane. I can't even win 3 matches in one city without feeling like I need a week off. She won everything. Like, everything. And gold at the Olympics, too. That's ridiculous. That's alien stuff. The room laughs, but behind the humor is genuine admiration. Even in an era where teenage prodigies rise faster than ever, the mountain Graf climbed still looks impossible. Chapter 3. Serena's coaches shake their heads. Rick Macchi, the man who helped shape Serena and Venus Williams, was once asked to list the most mind-blowing tennis accomplishments. People always ask about Serena's dominance, he says, but Steffi's 1988, that's the record. Everyone's tried to get close. No one has. Not even Serena. Not even Novak. Patrick Mouratoglou, Serena's later coach, adds, it's not just about skill. It's about stamina, scheduling, pressure. Graf pulled it off in the days of wood courts and travel that wasn't exactly first class for most. She had targets on her back at every stop. They both agree. The physical toll of winning 4 slams alone in 1 year is staggering. Add an Olympic gold medal, and the concept becomes, Well, ridiculous. Chapter 4. What makes it so impossible? To grasp the scope, you have to understand what it takes to win just one Grand Slam. 7 matches across 2 weeks. Pressure mounting with each round. No days off in between. Varying conditions. Sweltering heat in Australia. Swirling winds in Paris. Slick grass at Wimbledon. Electric chaos in New York. Top-seeded players and unseeded wildcards, both capable of ambushing you. Now, do it 4 times. And while you're at it, take a trip to Seoul, South Korea, fight through another Olympic draw full of slam champions, and claim the only thing missing from your trophy shelf. In 1988, Graf didn't just win. It felt like she couldn't lose. Chapter 5. The Myth and the Modesty. Steffi Graf herself is notoriously private. She doesn't do many interviews. She hasn't written a memoir. Unlike many former champions, she hasn't made a full-time return as a commentator or coach. But when she does speak of 1988, she does so with understatement. It was just a magical time, she once said in a rare interview. Things just clicked. She almost makes it sound easy. But those who were there, like Martina Navratilova and Chris Evert, knew better. They called her season one of the most mentally exhausting campaigns ever witnessed. She didn't just beat us. Evert said, she outran us, outthought us, outlasted us. She was a storm. Chapter 6. Why it still matters. In the modern era, 3 players have flirted with the Golden Slam. Serena Williams, 2012, won Olympic gold, Wimbledon, US Open, but fell short at the Australian and French. Novak Djokovic, 2021, won the first 3 slams, but fell at the Olympics and US Open. Rafael Nadal has the career Golden Slam, all 4 majors and Olympic gold, but never in 1 year. Each time someone comes close, the comparisons to Graf flood social media, but they always stop short. Coco Gauff again, during an ESPN sit-down in 2024. I know I'll never match that. And I'm fine with that. That's not a goal. It's a monument. Chapter 7. Beyond the numbers. In some ways, Steffi's 1988 is a time capsule. Something from an era before analytics, before 100 miles per hour second serves, before carbon fiber rackets. But it's also a mirror, reflecting the kind of greatness today's athletes still aspire to, even if they know they'll never touch it. For Serena, the record was both a marvel and a motivator. She came closest in 2015, winning the first 3 majors, but losing at the US Open. It was right there, she once said, and I saw Steffi's shadow the whole way. That's the power of the record, not just what it is, but what it has inspired. Chapter 8. A record that lasts at time. As I breaks down biomechanics, sports science pushes limits, and teenage phantoms hit 120 miles per hour serves, one truth holds. Graf's 1988 still stands tall. It doesn't look likely to fall. Not soon. Maybe not ever. Every generation has its impossible, says Rick Macchi. For Steffi, it was 1988. For everyone else, it's trying to beat her 1988. In a sport built on chasing ghosts and toppling giants, one season remains immortal, not because of how loudly it was celebrated, but because of how quietly unrepeatable it remains.